Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials, grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
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 Roll call, please.
Allen? Here. LaFour?
Here.
Mistrovich?
Here.
Rindell?
Here.
Ricks?
Here.
Schultz?
Here.
Warren?
Here. Good to see everybody here tonight. We go on to approval of minutes for the City Council Budget Workshop of April 29th. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on these minutes? Being not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have the City Council regular meeting minutes of April 15th. Is there a motion for those minutes?
I'll make that motion. Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on this? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. And we also have the City Council Budget Workshop minutes of April 15th. Is there a motion for those minutes?
I'll make that motion. Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on these minutes? Pretty good job on the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motions do pass. Audience comments on any non-agenda items? Everybody is here that is on the agenda. If there's any other items that you would like to talk about, we always give that after the council talks about it on items for consideration. Moving on, adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes? Motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There is no discussion on the consent agenda motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Move on to items for consideration. We have 5 this evening. The first one being consideration of special event request, Commercial House, Gears and Beers Car Show. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider approving a special event request from Commercial House to hold a classic car show for the Gears and Beers Auto Show on Sunday, July 28th. The car show is running from 1 to 4 p.m. and they're requesting the use of the parking lot from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for setup and tear down. This will be, I believe, the 3rd year that the show has gone on. They generally intend to use the city's portion of the parking lot along Forest, the portion of the parking lot they own. We do also show a portion of Monroe Street crosshatched, just in case they have a large turnout. They would close that from Forest up to the bank drive-through. So if you were going through the bank, you could still come in off of Main Street. And Brianne and Craig are here tonight to answer any questions.
Brianne, would you like to add to that at all?
We're just expecting a really big turnout this year. We've got an awesome band for it. All the proceeds that we raise for it is going to go towards the Wounded Warrior. We already have a bunch of donations from local businesses for like doing raffles and stuff like that. Some of the businesses will be having tables out for like vendors and stuff, so we're hoping it's going to be a really cool event this year.
Very good. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve a special event request from the Commercial House for the Gears and Beers Auto Show, Sunday, July 28th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., utilizing the city's and Commercial House's portion of the Forest Street parking lot with Monroe from Forest to the bank drive-through as overflow if needed.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on this item? Or any questions of Brianne? You can even ask Craig back there if he has any.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Any audience comments on this? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Good luck. Item number 2, consideration special event request, North Macomb Regional Chamber 5K. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider approving a special event request from the Northern Macomb Regional Chamber of Commerce for their Richmond Trot and Taste event. The event will include a 5K walk and run and a Taste of Richmond event in the main municipal parking lot where the farmers market is set up. They would also like to utilize a portion of the Macomb Orchard Trail, Trailhead Park, and the municipal, or the Veterans Park up in front of the main municipal parking lot. The route that they're looking at using is the same one that the Romeo to Richmond Half Marathon utilized, which would entail at the beginning of the race closing Parker Street to Ridge and then Ridge down to the trail. Once they then get on the trail, they stay that way. What that allows is if they have a lot of runners, it lets them get out and kind of get into single file before trying to get onto that narrower trail. So with that, I've spoken with Elizabeth about the need for volunteers for course marshals. Obviously, we would have our police department out there as well to supplement the volunteers. And so Elizabeth is here today to answer any questions.
Anything you'd like to add to that?
Just that for the course, we want to open it up after people have gone. So the streets that we're closing, we want to make sure that those open up so then people can use them too. We don't want to keep them closed the whole duration of the race. And we're expecting a really good turnout. I'm really excited for it. So, yeah.
Very good. We have to have a motion before we have any questions. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event request from the North Macomb Regional Chamber of Commerce for the Richmond Trot to Taste event on Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., including road closures, the use of the portion of the municipal parking lot, Trailhead Park, and stage. The chamber will put the barricades across the parking lot the night of Friday, August 2nd.
Support.
Motion has been made and supported. Any questions? Elizabeth?
Now, large turnout, is that hundreds or?
I mean, I'm not sure this is the first year that we're going to be doing it, so I'm expecting a good turnout, but we also want to make sure that we're limiting enough for the vendors that come, saying this is how many people we're expecting, have, food for this many people, because we're going to have some restaurants there too. Have like the Taste of Richmond in the parking lot area.
Now, this
Real big turnout.
would be advertised through the running people? Okay. I see you've got somebody very well-known. I don't have it in front of me somewhere in here, but
Hanson's, I believe.
Yes, Hanson's.
Hanson's running, so
Yeah.
they seem to, I know they ran our Romeo to Richmond.
Correct. They were involved in that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've reached out to them. We're still waiting to hear back, wanting to make sure that this got confirmed first before moving forward and cementing anything down.
Okay, and I also read somewhere in this information where they can pre-register at the office now? Okay.
Yeah, so we have the office space on the corner of Division and Main Street, so we're hoping that people can come, get their stuff a day early, so then the day of the race, they're not getting their stuff, walking back to their car, dropping it off, that they can just get it the day before and then show up and be ready.
Very good. Hopefully you can get this information to Jason Robbins' Channel 6, which also goes, where's it go? Also.
Our YouTube channel.
Yeah, our YouTube channel, and it gets out there pretty
Yeah.
good at that point. But that way, that it will avert some questions maybe that will go on to Margot and her crew over there. They can be shot that way, so. Well, hopefully you have good luck here, good weather and everything else.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Oh, all in favor of the motion? Oh, any other comments? Okay, back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 3, consideration of special event request, St. Augustine Catholic Church procession. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider a request the city received from St. Augustine Church to conduct their procession on Main Street. The event is scheduled for Sunday, June 2nd. Parishioners from the church will start at roughly 7 a.m. and progress north on Main Street towards Memphis. The average number of participants has been between 200 and 300 people. We've done this, assisted with this event for a number of years.
Is there a motion?
Make the motion to approve the request received from St. Augustine Church to conduct their procession down Main Street beginning at approximately 7 a.m. on Sunday, June 2nd at St. Augustine Church and traveling north along Main Street to the city limits.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion? Any comments from the public? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We hope for good weather for them also. Item number 4 is consideration of special request, post office parking, Skinner Drive. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request from the Richmond Post Office to allow their customers to park on the east side of Skinner Drive between the first 2 no parking signs during Phase 2 of their paving project, which would run approximately from May 15th through June 15th. They've been working on the employee portion of the parking lot, which was Phase 1. While they were doing that, we did allow the employees to park over here at City Hall. But when they go to transition to the next phase, the entire area of the customer parking and access will be closed. And so without making some type of accommodations, there wouldn't be any way for a resident to park there and go in. So I went out and met with the postmaster, and there's a no parking sign kind of a little bit in from Division Road, and we would keep it no parking from there to the corner to make sure there's no issues with trucks or anything like that, or turning movements. But from that first sign, which is just a little bit north of our lift station, to then the next sign, which is just a little bit south of U.S. Patterns driveway, which again would keep it clear for people turning in. We would also keep the west side no parking. There's room for parking on one side and still having good traffic flow back and forth. And so our recommendation is to approve changing that to allow parking on that east side between those 2 signs.
Very good, thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request from the Richmond Post Office to allow their customers to park on the east side of Skinner Drive between the first 2 no parking signs during Phase 2 of their customer area paving project, May 15th through June 15th.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on this item? I would assume that if it gets done before the June 15th date, we will
Yes.
close that off again.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't take that long.
I hope not. I think they're getting the schedule from the contractor who always makes sure they have time. And then the other thing that I forgot to mention, there is a sidewalk that goes from the front doors of the post office out almost all the way to Skinner Drive. So kind of allowing them to park there versus Burke Drive provides a sidewalk. Plus there's actually, although fewer businesses, more truck traffic on Burke Drive.
Yeah. Okay. Any discussion on this? Public comments on this? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Our final item is consideration of resignation from Board of Review. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider accepting the resignation of Bridget Wilkie from the Board of Review. As indicated in her resignation letter, which is attached, she is no longer eligible to be a member of the board due to a recent residency change.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation letter from Bridget Wilkie from the Board of Review.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Discussion? Appreciate her time. Although brief, she's found a new place that will fit her family better, and it just happens to be outside of the city limits here. So I appreciate Bridget taking that job on. I think she did a very good job. She went through at least 1 year of Board of Review, and we appreciate her time with the city. Any other discussion? Any audience comments on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Miscellaneous matters from the city manager.
We're very excited. Right now, we're scheduled to have all of the art from the DIA Inside Out program installed tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, very good. Council comments? Michael?
I'm all set, thank you.
Dennis?
Nothing.
Jimbo?
Just to say, we had a very nice turnout for the National Day of Prayer. We had beautiful weather, and it was a very nice ceremony that was presented.
Very good. Yeah?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
John?
Nothing.
Rod?
All set.
Well, let me do, what do we got here? More of, it's more of Margot's stuff. Perennial Exchange, Saturday, May 18th, beginning at 9 a.m., BB Street Park. That best trading time, according to Margot, is 9:15 a.m. sharp. I believe this was covered also on the new show that we are hosting now on Channel 6. And any questions on this? 727-3064. Babysitting Beyond the Basics, also that same day, Saturday, May 18th, or Tuesday, July 23rd. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, runs till 3:30. It's for ages 10 and older. There is a fee of $75. That would be made out to A1 Health and Safety. Again, any questions on that? 727-3064 for the Parks and Rec Department. Where are we here? We have a Recreation Board meeting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here at City Hall. Planning Commission will also be meeting on, at City Hall on Thursday, the 9th. No BZA, right?
Correct, yeah.
No, okay. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, this coming Sunday, the 12th. It's also start of the National Police Week. Cable will be meeting on the 14th at 6:30 here at City Hall. And EDC will be meeting on the 16th at 7 p.m. right here at City Hall. 2 weeks from tonight will be our next regular City Council meeting starting at 7 o'clock. And that is it for the calendar. We have no closed session. Is there any other business of the City Council this evening? Being not,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
motion been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. We can go.